All right, in this video, I'm going to show you how to splice wires, how to cut them and join them. You're mostly going to do this if, in my experience in the home security industry, if you're installing cameras or a keypad, anywhere where you're going to be far away from a power source. And a lot of home security cameras or keypads don't really come with really long wire. So just some tools you're going to need is wire cutter here, some dolphin clips or crimp connectors. You can find these on Amazon or Home Depot. And then it does help to have electrical tape at the end to kind of just tighten everything up and seal it better from moisture. So first things first, when you're going to cut wire, you always want to make sure you have it unplugged from the outlet or powered down. So we'll go ahead and do that. Let's just say we unplugged it. And let's just say we want to make this wire a lot longer. So it's cut here. And you're going to see it's cut, but you want the copper to be exposed. That's what's inside this plastic wire, is there's copper. And really what you're trying to do is join the copper together so the electricity can transfer through the wire. You know, you're not just simply connecting plastic together, because electricity doesn't transfer through plastic, it transfers through the copper that's on the inside of these wires. So that's what we're trying to do. So right down the middle here, we're going to, I don't know how well you're going to see this on camera, we're going to want to kind of cut down the middle a little bit there and then pull these apart, because there's going to be two separate wires. So once we have these separated a little bit, then we're going to stick the wire into these holes here, and you'll have to adjust. These wire clippers have different size holes, so we're going to kind of just see where we fit there. And you don't want to clamp down all the way, because you'll cut it straight across. You just want to clamp down a little bit and then pull out. And if that doesn't work, then you kind of go with a lower circle size and try it again. And there we go. So all we really wanted to do was pull the plastic off. And we're going to do it again on the other side here. There you go. Now we have copper exposed on both wire. You don't want to do this too far back, but you also don't want to do it too low, because you want to give yourself enough copper. You want to give yourself some leeway, but not too much leeway. Now we have another wire here. This one's already split, luckily, but we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put this in the hole there, not clamp it down all the way to cut it, just enough, and then pull. We got the plastic off there. We're going to do the same over here, and there we go. So really what we're trying to do here is we're trying to make a connection, copper here, copper there, so that it flows through on both sides. But you want to make sure these match up. So if you know on your transformer here like what's positive, then you'll remember, okay, positive here, we're going to make that the more solid black line, and then positive at the plug there. Let's do the same. Let's also make that solid, and you're going to want to match it, and then do it on the other side. If you're not 100% sure what's positive, what's negative, because you have a plug that like doesn't necessarily show you, then just start out trying, okay, we're going to do the solid big black line, and we're going to connect it to this solid big black line here, and try that. And if that doesn't work, if you're not getting power and everything's secured, then you can flip them, and that should do it. So these are kind of frayed here. We're going to want to twist these a little bit to get them solid. Do the same thing here. And let's get 2 of these connectors out, because if you just like wrap these around each other and leave them, they could come undone. So what you're going to want to do is start with one side. You're going to want to kind of match them up side by side and twist them together so they're very integrated together and they're not coming undone. They have a solid connection, copper to copper. They're wrapped around each other. They're not going anywhere. And then on these connectors, there's a side here that kind of has like some gel and an entryway, and you're going to want to press that in there, twist it, but make sure you're not loosening the connection that's inside with the copper. Push it down as far as you can, make sure there's no copper really exposed, and then clamp down. There's some metal inside, so you're going to want to clamp down as much as you can. And now these wires connected here, they're wrapped around each other in there. They're fully covered by this, and they're clamped down with the metal on the inside. So they are well secured. And then we are going to do the same thing on this side. Match them next to each other. Twist them around. Make sure they're well connected. You can see they have a good connection there and a lot of connection. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to find the hole here. Put it in there. And you can see there's no copper exposed here at the bottom. Push it down as far as we can, and then we are going to clamp down again. You could do this with these cutters or pliers, whatever's going to give you a nice solid clamp down there. And there you go. Both wires are stripped down to the copper. All 4 wires, they're matched up. The wire or the copper has a solid connection with the other side, and it is secured by it being wrapped around and by these being clamped on there. And like I said, if you want to get a piece of electrical tape and wrap it around this so it's more secure from moisture, that'll make it even better. And there we go. Then you can plug it in, and like I said, if you're not getting power, swap the wires around opposite of how you have them here, and just really make sure you're getting a lot of copper connecting and it's solid and your plug works and there's no cuts or abrasions anywhere, and you are good to go. You can plug this in and then plug it into your camera, your keypad, or whatever it may be.